Hey everyone, Jack Atwater here, and welcome back to another episode of Pop Luck. I've said it before, pop animation is one of my absolute favorite lines and categories of Funko Pop, just because there's so much that you can do with animated Funko Pops. They're always the most expressive, the most unique. They're really the coolest Funko Pops, in my opinion. The cartoonish type of characters are so much fun, which is one of the reasons why I'm so excited to get into today's video, which is going to be about this 3-pack of Funko Pops. This is the We Bare Bears 3-pack from Barnes & Noble. It's a Barnes & Noble exclusive, and they're each flocked. Now, this Funko Pop pack right here is a bit older. This is one that I've owned for quite a while, so you might not see it in stores anymore. And with it being a store exclusive, it might be even harder to find online, but I don't think that this is too rare of an item. I believe this originally retailed for probably $45. I think a lot of these 2-packs or 3-packs go based on how much, go $15 for each pop in the pack. So you may be able to find something not too far above that online if you really if you really want it after seeing this video. So there you go. This is Grizz, Panda, and Ice Bear from We Bare Bears. Let's go ahead and show this off. It says 3-pack on the side, and on the back, you got all 3 bears and their numbers for the original line. Each one of these figures retailed separately as a non-flocked version. The 3-pack is the only way, I believe, to get the flocked versions. And on the side, you got just another 3-pack, and you got Ice Bear right there. So if you only want one of these figures, you can probably find one of them, the non-flocked version, just for regular sale online for a bit cheaper than buying all 3 together in the 3-pack. That being said, if you do have the chance to get a special Funko item, like a 3-pack or a 2-pack or something like a pop album, I highly recommend it because they usually go all out for these things, really making them feel less just like you got figures and more like there's a sort of art to the packaging itself. So you go ahead and pull them out, and on the back is a little backdrop. Go ahead and pull out that backdrop, and it is a special little thing that they added to give it sort of a background when you put the box out, to give the figure something to stand in front of. And that's what I mean with these different 2-packs and 3-packs. And some of the pop moments and stuff, there's always something very cool, sort of extra in the package. They really go all out, and I highly recommend them. So here they all are standing together. There they all were standing together. So let's begin with Grizz. I love how each one of these bears has a different animation. It's not just a different style for each. It's not just a different color for each one, I mean. And they all look the same. Each one is a new mold. There we go. We got him smiling, this hand on his hip. And there we go. And even the head, I think, compared to other Funko Pops, is a sort of different shape. It's still that square Funko Pop head, but it's a little bit smaller. He's standing off to the side, kind of looking out and waving. So there's that animation and that smile. This one looks just like Grizz from the show. Keep showing it off. And there's his little tail. This one, they did a great job on this one, and it looks just like him. And when I say flocked, I mean, I don't know if you can see it there, but there's a little bit of fluff. He's kind of furry. There's just a little bit of fluff on him. And the paws, you can see on the back, I don't know if you can see it in the video. Let me try to get it to focus. You might not be able to see it, but you can see little indents where the paws are. I can't get it to focus, but it's really cool. It's really fun. This is one of my favorite Funko Pop items that I own, is this 3-pack. Let's move on to the second figure, which is Panda. As you can tell, seeing that he's a little bit darker and dirty in some places. I've had him for quite a while, and I've had him out on display for quite a while, but I love him all the same, and he is still an amazing pop. And like I said, each one's stance perfectly captures the essence of that character. He obviously appears kind of nervous and timid, kind of unsure. He has that roundness about him that a lot of Funko Pops don't have. Again, it's sort of new take on a Funko Pop to really express that character and to really fit that character. That's what I love so much about the Pop animation line. So let's go through it again. I absolutely love this one. The colors, the black and white, and the little paws on the feet. I didn't show that off on Grizz, but the little paws, oh, it's just adorable. And like I said, all of these three figures are flocked. So you might be able to see a little bit of that fur there. I'm not quite sure, but I have a plan for the end to really make you see the difference between the fur on these and what a Funko Pop without that fur looks like. So let's get into our last figure of the set, which is Ice Bear. Ice Bear in the show is just a very calm, sort of almost disconnected presence, and that's something you can definitely tell with this figure right here, is he's sort of just very still. He looks very still, just like he's observing everything. They perfectly captured him. This is my favorite one of the three, just because he's my favorite character in the show. I think that he's absolutely adorable. So there you have it. That's the We Bare Bears 3-pack. I highly recommend it. If you can find it for a decent price, I highly recommend it. And I do have one more item here that I wanted to show you to kind of add to this video. I didn't put it in the title or anything, just because the focus of this video was the 3-pack, but there's one more item here. I picked this one up before I picked up the 3-pack, which is why I own it. This is just the regular, not flocked, solo sale Ice Bear. So this is what your standard We Bare Bears box would look like. You got the field on the back, or on the side, and then on the back you have all three of the ones that you can collect. Got Ice Bear there. And I really like the way this box looks. It's very fitting of the We Bare Bears. So let's go ahead and open it. And the plan was I wanted to show you what regular Ice Bear looked like, so that way I could show you the difference between flocked Ice Bear and regular Ice Bear. So here you have regular Ice Bear. I'm not going to go through the whole thing just because it's the exact same figure as Ice Bear that I showed you already, just not flocked, just a regular vinyl Funko Pop. So there you have him. And there you have regular Ice Bear. So you can tell this one's a little bit darker. It could just be because I've owned it for so long, but it's always been a little bit darker. And so you can kind of see how this one's flat and smooth, and this one has a little bit of roughness. It's furry, it's a little fluffy. I don't know if you can see it too well, but I figured I would pull them both out to compare them. So this Ice Bear figure, in and of itself, is super nice as well. Honestly, there's something cool about how bright he is because he's not flocked as well. So if you're just looking for one of your favorite We Bare Bears and you don't want to buy the whole 3-pack, I highly recommend buying the one if you can find them at a decent price. So there you have them. You have Ice Bear, and there you have his package. And for one last look, there you have Grizz, flocked. You have Panda, flocked. And you have Ice Bear, flocked. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you had a good time. I hope you have a good rest of your day, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.